kid that's been committed to excellence his whole life. He comes from a great family background, a really tough, hard-working family, and he kind of came up through the mud, man. He didn't get anything given to him. Was not a super highly recruited guy, and he's made himself into a really good player through work ethic. Like he just won't be outworked. He won't be outcompeted, and you love that about a football player.
What have you been able to see from Marvin Jones and Damon Wilson this past since really the bye week in terms of getting them further up to speed in a place where they can help this defense?
Well, I think they're in two different spots. You know, like Marvin's a year into the system. He understands it really well. He can play Sam Jack. Could probably play off the ball back or two if he had to. He's got very good instincts and has gotten physically stronger and tougher. He's had two weird deals where he missed games due to injuries, but other than that, he's been really consistent. Damon's younger and has shown great promise. I mean, he's a player that has ascended in the last 2 to 3 weeks in our eyes because he's worked so hard. I mean, he's down there on the scout team, and they're coming in every day being like, dude, Damon's playing so hard down there. He's given so much effort, and he's given us a great look that we rewarded him and played him more against Vandy because of the work that he did. He continued that into the off week and this week, so he's doing a good job.
Coach, where do you where do you stand on trying to steal signals? And I know you see on your sideline, you work hard to holding up a sheet and doing everything else. And is it within the game? Is it acceptable, ethical? What are your feelings on that, and what do you see? Have you had a situation where you feel like your signals have been stolen and you knew they were?
Are you referencing the going to people's games, or are you talking about within our games?
Actually, both.
Yeah, I never heard of anybody going to the games to watch and film and do all that stuff that's going on. Everybody's talking about.
Right.
I don't know anybody that's ever done that, or I've never been asked to do that as a young coach, or known anybody to do that. I've never heard of that. In high school football, I grew up with my dad. We would go watch other teams play. That was part of what you did. You went and watched the other team play. You sat out there with 4 other coaches and you drew up their plays while they were doing it. That was pre-cell phone and probably pre-signals, because they were sending people in with them. The coach would send them in with the signals. That was a long time ago. But as far as in game, I think people try to do that. It tries to go on. As a signal caller, when I had to call defenses, it confused me. If I had to sit there and try to wait on somebody to tell me what they thought they got, and I'm trying to think about what the best call for the situation is, and you're relying on misinformation or something that's not very reliable. So I don't know. I mean, there's times that people have said they've had our signals in game, and they knew this or that, and you talk to the team that you played last, and sometimes when you're not going to play that team again, they share what they might have had on you and things like that. So I've heard of it in game, but a lot of times you can know the signal, still not do it right. It's kind of the joke we have is, what play's coming and you mess it up, and I've laughed with coaches about that before.
I guess the necessary follow-up, that's obviously coming about Michigan. You played Michigan. You aware in retrospect or at the time anything unusual?
No, I didn't notice anything or know anything. Nobody we talked to, warned us or any of that. I mean, I think everybody we play, they say, they steal your signals. I mean, we play somebody, like they're great at stealing your signals, but what they're referencing is different than stealing them. I mean, they're coming to, we're talking about people coming to film on. That's completely different. But we've tried to, hide the signals, hold the calls, put signs up, do all that. But there's nothing I remember about the Michigan game that makes me think that.
What have you made of the development of Arian Smith this season, how he's played?
Yeah, Arian probably had more opportunities earlier in the year as we were down on wideouts for a couple games, and guy injured. Lad's been in and out. He's played a lot of the same spots as Lad, and for whatever reason, he probably hasn't had as many opportunities lately, and he's had some opportunities that he didn't capitalize on it, and he'd be the first to tell you that. But I'm really proud of him in the role he's played on our team in terms of leadership. He's taken ownership in some special teams units. He's been elite at gunner, and you know he's part of the reason that we have not given up many return yards. He's been a big major factor in that, and he works really hard after practice on developing us a lot out.
Coach, I had to ask you about Dara Smith lately. Kind of what's the situation right now?
Yeah, same as we talked about before. He's just not with us right now.
Kirby, do you like the college replay review system, or have you guys on the rules committee talked about maybe going to a challenge system?
What would be the advantage of a challenge system?
NFL, less.
But now it's on me.
Yeah.
So now you're going to criticize me, and I got to make the call.
I didn't criticize you either way.
Not really. You can't criticize me now because they review every play.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it's
the
more
argument is,
accurate.
does that slow down the
Yes,
game?
100% it slows down the game. That argument is correct. But the flip side of that for the coaches is, so you want me to decide, and you want me to decide when to do it, and you want me to burn one of my timeouts, and I don't have the same information that you have. They have the information out there. They have the ability to review every play. Now, should they review every play? A 1 yard spot in the first quarter for 5 minutes, or they give us the numbers. It's 53 seconds average review time. Is it worth that for that 1 yard? Probably not. But if you're telling me I got to go throw that flag or not, like the NFL does every time, I don't know. It would definitely speed the game up to not review, but you would have a lot of controversy after the game is what you would have. And theirs get reviewed for, you know, the critical plays, inside 2 minutes, scoring plays, all those things. And once you add all that in, every turnover, it's kind of like they're reviewing the ones anyway, you know, and then it gets off the challenge flag. It would just keep us from having to review, I don't want to say things that aren't relevant, but things that might not affect the outcome of the game.
Hey Coach, when you're watching Florida's offense on tape, I was just wondering if you had any inclinations on what they do well offensively that you guys feel as a defense that you need to take away the most.
Yeah, they run the ball really well. They have great backs. They have a quarterback that's extremely hot and accurate. He knows exactly what he's doing in the system. He understands how to do it. They've got their tight ends involved in the last couple of weeks and done a great job of that. They block physical on the perimeter. They take shots down the field that are set up through their play action. And they spread you out and do a really nice job. So they're a complete offense. You know, it's not like, ooh, if we take this away, they're one-dimensional. They have good wideouts. They have a really big physical offensive line. They got a quarterback that really understands, okay, if this is not there, I'm doing this. And he can run. So they're a very complete offense, and they're very methodical. You know, they don't. It's not like they're sitting out there going 100 miles an hour. They know what their plan is, and they execute it.
Yeah, Coach, I'm curious, with your consistent bye every year, and Florida being this week every year, with that level of consistency, do you think it provides any type of advantage to your program? Like, we know when our bye is going to come, type of a deal?
I don't see how it can provide an advantage because you know when your bye. I mean, I think everybody kind of knows when their bye is. You know, like the years I was at Alabama, it was before LSU. I mean, it's not an advantage. Yeah, you might argue it's an advantage if you have a bye and someone you're playing doesn't. I've had that strategy before, but you've also could say you lose rhythm. You know, you worry about your guys getting out of shape because they're going to take a break over that weekend. So you get your legs back, but you also may have 6 guys come back in overweight. And that can be a detriment to your rhythm of your team. So I don't put a lot of thought into where the bye falls because I don't have a lot of control over it.
Any other questions? All right, thank you.